Hey guys, what's up? Happy Monday. It's Makeup Monday with Megs. We're back in the bathroom doing makeup. So it's a Monday. So I don't really have this pre-planned, usually don't, going through all of these, but I'm just gonna take you through like a normal makeup routine and see how fast I can get it done. So I'm just gonna kind of dive in. We're at the end of the day, so I've actually had an entire Monday, had an entire face of makeup, did the work thing, came home, washed my face, and we're gonna put some makeup back on. So my husband laughed at me and he's like, wait, so you're wasting makeup? Makeup's never wasted, right? No. Okay, so before you go in, you wanna prime your skin. So I've already washed my face. I didn't do like my full nighttime routine that y'all have seen before. So this was like my morning routine that I did, just to go and take it all off again. But so neither here nor there. So starting out, so I really like the Smashbox primer. So they have this one. This is in the super light. So this helps smooth and blur the overall look of pores. It kind of gives you a photo finish look whenever you're done. So you just kind of put that all over the place. I go really light on the eyes because I do use a different eye shadow primer. So you're just gonna go all over the face. The thing I really like about this, I actually have both the original and the super light. The original, if you have a little bit of a drier skin, you're gonna like the original one because it gives a little more moisture. So I have both because my skin is very much back and forth. So sometimes I'm dry, sometimes I wouldn't say oily, but just normal balanced skin. Probably more so in the dry now that I've gotten older. So eyelids, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Potion, and this is the anti-aging one. So with primer, a little bit goes a long way. I don't know if you're like me, you probably watch some or a lot of the YouTube videos of people putting on makeup, and one thing that drives me berserk is the overuse of product. Whether it's putting on their primer or they put on like this priming oil and they like drip it all over, like literally an entire dropper all over the face, and it goes everywhere, and I'm like, it's a lot of product. And you know you're paying a lot for the product. Just giving my browsies a little brush. So same thing with eyeshadow primer too. A little bit is gonna go a long way, like that's its job. So you don't have to pile on the product. So I like to go in and start. This is my coconut one from Ulta, just an all over eyeshadow, kind of evens everything out. I also like to do my eyes before foundation. So just going in. It was funny because I was watching the playback on the other video I did where I was like, here, let me show you a quick like eyeshadow look or the day to night. And I was like, do I really push that hard on my eyelid with the brush? I don't feel like I do. But I was like, girl, I'm getting aggressive with those brushes. Oh, and I'm super excited because usually I've been using this, the Urban Decay Naked Palette, but I got something new. And it's the Lorac Pro palette. And y'all, it's beautiful. So I got this, I actually bought this on Amazon. Lorac, you can generally get at Sephora. And like, look, can you see these colors? These are beautiful. So I was kind of playing with a couple of them, not yesterday, Friday, and today. So I think I have an idea of what we're gonna go in and do. And if it's garbage, we can always erase the video and start over. But I wouldn't tell, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this nade. There we go. just an all over color. So I'm going to actually go in with the light bronze. So I'm going to actually use these three, I think. The light bronze, pewter, and garnet. Maybe. I actually haven't played with these that much. Really at all. So we will see if this was worth the buy on Amazon. Oh, so Amazon, it was a $24.99 palette. So 25 bucks for 16 pan. And Lorac is a pretty good brand. You're gonna get some really nice pigment out of it. Okay, so I'm just going in. And then we're gonna go in, I think, with, oh, let's do a garnet right here. And it's always interesting to see how different these colors come out, like how they look in the pan, and then when you put them on, I always think it's interesting. So I had to tell y'all about my day. So it was a Monday. It was a Monday. And so I have a sinus infection. We're friends, right? And so I called my doctor and I'm like, hey, I'm not feeling the hottest. I know I get a sinus infection. Like, it happens like clockwork twice a year, usually around like May, and then again November. So I was like, I think I've got another sinus infection because my face hurts, and that's like the only way to describe it. I'm like, my face hurts because you get all the face like pressure. It's all here and here, and then sometimes it'll go down like into my cheek, and sometimes my teeth will hurt. So I call my doctor and I'm like, hey, my face hurts. And it's always such a weird thing to say, and try to explain, and I always laugh when I say it too, but I'm like, my face hurts. Just need you to make that not happen anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with one more color too, just to darken it up. It's gonna be espresso. So anyway, call a doctor, and of course they're doing like the tele visits because of COVID. And so I talked to my doctor. I'm like, hey, just need some medication for my little sinus infection. She's like, well, we actually have to test you for COVID based on your symptoms. I was like, because my face hurts? I take it back. So, y'all, I did do a COVID test today. Have you had it done yet? It's awful. I mean, it's like maybe 15 seconds of your life, but I'm like, dang, Jada, you're all up in my nose. And it's not just one side like the flu test. Oh no, ma'am. I gotta get both little nosies. So she like goes up in there and does a whizzy thing for like a few seconds and goes, and I'm like, okay. She goes, I'm sorry, I have to do the other side. No, please. Other side. Then she walks away and I have like tears coming out of my eyes. Not because it was painful, but like somewhere up there it hit the like tear on. And my eyes like went welled all up. So that was fun. Gotta get a COVID test. I don't know, are you supposed to tell people that happens? So it's fine, everything's fine. And then I was able to get my medication. So, well, we'll see what comes up with that. But it was interesting to see like the little nurse come out to my car. Oh, and they all did it in your car too. Like, you don't actually go into the place. They came out to your car. She comes out like in her hazmat suit. I was like, oh, this is serious. Something's happening. She pulls out this little swabby thing, and I was like, where's that going? Certainly not into my face. Oh no, ma'am, it did. It did. So So that wrapped up the afternoon. Just taking a Q-tip, gonna kind of clean up a little bit underneath. We'll clean up later too. So yeah, that's a COVID Monday for you. That doesn't make your evening. And then coming home, I was like sneezing. Thanks. Thanks, guys. So then, okay, so I'm gonna put on a little bit of eyeliner. Okay, I'm going in with the NYX, the NYX, well, so you can see it. No? Does that help? It's NYX Epic, Epic ink liner. So, you know, I like the little pointy tips. So I'm gonna go in, we're gonna do a little bit of a baby wing. Swing this little guy out a little bit. So I watched a new, and I'm gonna call her a makeup artist because that's what she is. Her name's Bailey, and I forgot her last name. You heard of her? She does murder and makeup and murder, I think is what it's called. So she puts on her makeup, and so you're watching her get ready, but she totally tells like a true crime story. Like, not makes it, she doesn't make it up. She does her research, and she's telling you these stories, and some of them are like really sad, and like the historical part of it, and I'm like, dang. Do I need to start telling stories? Sometimes I feel like my own personal stories are just, you know, getting like a Monday. I don't know, if it gets really awkward, we'll just put music over the video. I think it's raining outside. Okay, so I read a thing online that said for your concealer, you can put it underneath to help. So you put it before you put on your foundation. So you put it on, and that helps with color correction. Then you put on your foundation, and then you can put a little more concealer on the top, and that helps with brightening. And I'm like, interesting. So we're gonna test it out. I kind of tested a little bit of it today, and I'm using that same Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. Kind of going here. Oh, take that out. So I've locked my animals up again. Like, not lock them up. They're not in like dog jail or anything. Lock them out of here. Just because they come in here and then they're like, hey, let's do things. Let's play. Not right now. Not right now. And then you hear like animal paws moving around. Okay, and then I get red around my nose. And I like to just bring it down. Bring it up, bring it down. Okay. So I'm gonna go in with that Kat Von D foundation. And use it a little bit. A little bit goes a long way with this stuff. I've always wondered like how, like the history of makeup. That's an animal trying to break in. Like how the history of makeup is kind of transpired. Like how did we get from taking berries, kind of smushing them up and like letting our, yeah, that's a cat trying to get in. Using berries to color our lips and to give us color on our cheeks. Like how did we get from there to doing a full painting on our face, right? And why is that like how women should look is like a full face of makeup that are like, we place these invisible rules on ourselves to look a certain way and like contouring, and I look back at it and I'm like, why? Like, what? Why did that happen? And I always think of like the ladies in the 20s, and they'd have like their little powder, and they just like, oh, let me powder my nose. And then now we're completely painting our faces. I mean, drag queens call it painting, and let's be serious, that's what this is. Like, you're putting it on, spatulas, all sorts of things. Oh, and I just realized I'm at the 15-minute mark. And you know what else I have come to realize is Instagram doesn't really want you, or won't let you, put videos longer than 15 minutes. So you have to break them up. So there's like a part 1 and a part 2. Okay, so I just put on a little bit more of the concealer. It's kind of blending all over. Alright. And then take a little bit of powder. Ooh. Okay, and so I'm kind of weird about a lot of things, but so I have 2 different color powders. Also gonna run this over, and then we're gonna do the blendy thing. So it's okay. Didn't forget the blendy thing. So I take another Kat Von D powder, and this is in Fair, and then I have another Kat Von D powder in Light, because, follow me here, right? Okay, I like to take the light under the eye. I can hear some of my friends like, no girl, ain't nobody got time or money to buy powders, all these different things. Okay, so I do that, right? Oh, I forgot this guy. Man, I'll take the darker one and just kind of go over. I have a sweet friend at work. She's like, you always look like a doll, like you have a doll face. This is why. This is why. Get that porcelain look. No. You gotta schlank it on. Oh, and make sure you pull all the way down. You don't want to do a masky look. And I'll pull onto the ears. And then, all these and thens. Yeah, one more brush in here. Take a little blendy brush. And I'm just gonna go over these lines. Kind of blur them out. Isn't that funny? Over this one. Just kind of blur out the harsh line. Okay, so I'm going to take a lighter color. Just going in on the corner. Brow time. Okay, my go-to, Maybelline. Okay, so I like to, it's a 2-in-1, so it's got like the little powder at the bottom, and then it's got the little drawing thing at the other end. Pencil! Drawing thing. Okay, so I like to go over them with the powder first. I got a new brow thingy, it's a Benefit Brow. Oh, we could do a comparison. Maybe that'll be fun. Liven this up a bit. Not that it's bad. Okay. And then I go over with this one. Just to define it took me a really long time to figure out like brow shaping. Even though my mom still thinks that I draw them on too thick. Man. Call out on the mom. Okay, and then I go back over it just to kind of fill in any little spots. And then in a little brushy brush. Kind of blend all this little guy in. Then I take that original color, that cocoon, coconut. Yeah, that's where we're at right now, y'all. That's where we're at. Just as a little bit of a highlight underneath that. Okay, so, yes, let's do the benefit brow. Okay, look, fresh out the box. So this is called Gimme Brow, and I got the little size because I wasn't sure. I'm not fully committed, so I'll try it. But, so this is in shade number 2. They have a shade 1 as like blonde, but I've learned blonde brows are blonde. I look crazy right now. Blonde brows are blonde. Okay, so let me give, wait, let's just see what it looks like. Let's just go in full. So this is the miniature size. We'll give my brow. Okay, and so Benefit, look how cute he is. Look at that. Benefit's a really good company. I've got some product. I had some friends who worked for Benefit. Okay, so this, I think you just, maybe we should read the box. Let's try that. Okay. Volumizes, tames, and tense brows, giving you natural looking and buildable, water resistant, and long wearing. To use, stroke brush tip along brow to define shape. Brush through to blend and build. Custom tiny tapered brush, precision for shaping. Easy mess proof application. We will test that out. Benefit. And then it goes into French. No français. Oui. Okay, so just gonna brush it. Okay, not too bad. I'll brush it through. See, my brows like become non-existent over on this side. And this side is like my Batman eyebrow. Let me explain. When I was a kid, so I guess I was 2, I got hit in the head by, like, another kid, I guess, hit me. I don't remember this. My mom does. Ask her. Another kid hit me, like, I guess back in the day, kids played with, like these 10 storage containers looking things. They put cookies in them. 10 boxes, whatever. And I guess the top came off of it, and my babysitter had her sister there who was, I guess, my age. I don't know. Oh, something's happening. But I got whopped in the dome piece and cracked my little eyebrow open. Okay, can I use a regular Benefit? I might need some more instructions. Is it wet? A little bit. So that was scar number 1 right here. This little, and then, oh, my animals are trying to break in here. Yep, you hear them. And then I got this scar down at the end where the hair doesn't grow. No! Can't have a minute? So then this one down here, my uncle's dog bit me. It's a rough life. I feel like I need... What do I do? Do we fix it? It looks crazy. I mean, okay, let's, you know, gotta fix it. I mean, it does say, like, when I bought it, it was like, you should pair this with the pencil. Now I understand why. Yeah, maybe the pencil just kind of helps them. I do follow this really cool makeup artist, Benabo Dylan, on Instagram. Decay, and he does really cool things. Like, I think he's one of the educators in Texas, but super cool guy. Don't actually know him, pretend I do. And so I watch all of like the little trainings, like he trains the new benefit artists. What is happening right there? Do you see that? It says buildable benefit, so we shall build. Right? Build into a mess. What is that? I don't even know. I think the color is pretty. The color is very pretty. I'm just, you know, that's where we're at. Okay, so again, we got some Benefit Gimme Brow. We've got the Maybelline Brow. And I mean, I've kind of like figured out all the pieces to the Benefit Brow, so I might be judging it a little harshly. That's not the right brush. Oh, so you hear that noise, that meh thing. Not a meh, that's different. It's meh. Totally got one of my coworkers saying it. Hi, Sierra. Meh. You know you've been hanging out with people too long when you start imitating them and doing the things that they do. Or you catch yourself and you're like, how did that get into my vocabulary? No clue. It's the manners. Okay, so it normally doesn't take me this long to do my makeup in real life. I think it's because I'm sitting here being ridiculous. Okay, so I've got, what is this? Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and this is in Sabbath. It's kind of a dark bluey color. Sometimes I like to put on a color underneath. Purple's really pretty too. Kind of brings the eyes out. You know, just gives a little extra. So, I really like the Urban Decay pencils. Sometimes I'll put this on the top and I mix it. So I'll put this on first, and then I put liquid eyeliner, and it kind of blends it, and it is cool looking. And it gives it that little bluey look. Right. Okay, and then I've got a mess happening. I'm gonna put a little chapstick on. This is EOS. Just a chapstick. Okay, so gonna put on the Perversion, the Urban Decay Perversion. So this is the mascara primer. So primer is really important. Just like you prime your face, you want to prime your lashes. Mascaras are gonna be dry. I got something in my eye. We're good. Mascaras are going to be a little drying, and they can make your eyelashes a little bit brittle. So you put the primer on, it puts like a protective coat, so it like conditions your rashes, kind of helps them out. Okay, going in Urban Decay Perversion. That was upside down. Perversion. You know, in case like Urban Decay's like, a girl, we'll give you some free mascara. Like, that's cool. You know, it's also funny, besides this video being complete is how we make faces when doing mascara. Like, I don't think I can actually do it without closing my mouth. Right? Okay. So I usually like to put at least 2 coats of mascara on. Usually I go in for 3, but got this little hair being, he's wild. Little stray hair. You'll also notice I'm wearing a ton of headbands. Y'all, I'm making the very hard decision to, so serious, to grow out my hair. So, won't be a pixie cut, and I've had the pixie for like 3 or 4 years. But it's okay. Oh, you know what I just did? I took this and I hit the wall. Shh. Don't tell Adam. Until he watches this and then he's like, what? What are you hitting the wall for? Okay, so I'm just going in. Make sure we don't have any crazy pieces. Really like this light color. So you just bring it down into the little corners. Gives you a little. Okay, so going in with some more Benefit Dandelion. This is not the shimmery one. This is just the plain blush. And look, I obviously love this guy. Go on the apples. I told you I'm not a big person on doing a lot of contouring, but I do love me some blush. Okay, just taking my powder brush. Again, just blend it out. Ouch. What is happening? This ear. He didn't know what to do. This little ear is like, it's after 5, I quit. Okay, so we primed our face, we gotta finish it, right? So I do have the NYX matte finishing spray, and I have this one, the Urban Decay All Nighter. Love them both. This one's gonna be like 32 bucks. This one is like 7 or 9. 7? So, I mean, there's obviously a size difference between the two. You can get both of them at Ulta, Sephora. I don't know if you can get NYX. I don't know. But, so, finishing spray, it's just gonna lock it all in. Helps keep it kind of sweat proof. Y'all, this is Texas. Ain't nothing gonna be completely sweat proof in Texas. Real talk, okay? So you wanna let that dry. I'm gonna put some lips on. And then we're done. 30 minutes later. And this eye is banging, y'all. Let's go in with a fun lip. Let's do this like really pretty plum color. Oh, so this one is fun. So obviously I'm like hitting on the Maybelline line all over the place. But this is a Maybelline Super Stay ink crayon. And it's like, the color's pretty right on of what the tube is. And I didn't know this until recently. They give you a sharpener at the other end. Look at that. Aren't they so cute? I don't remember what this retailed for. Maybe $7, maybe. This was not a planned purchase. That's what happened. So typically I don't line my lips. You can if you want to. I mean, it's gonna help stay, but I like to pick the, like this one, the soft matte lip cream from NYX. Like this stays all day. It does. And I don't want to call it a lip stain because it's not like a, you know, because you should talk when you're putting lipstick on. So again, I just like, I'm building it up. Lipstick's always fun. Something just to give you more color and give you that pop. I haven't ventured into like the really, really bright colors. Like I'll wear red. Shoot, me and red, we like this. But like the blues and like the purples and haven't gone that far. Or black. I haven't done that yet. Maybe one day. Okay. So, friends. Ta-da! That's the end. So I hope this is helpful. You can see the two different brow looks. You got the Maybelline brow and you got the Gimme Brow. He just needs a little love. I think I need to play with it and figure it out a little bit more. It's okay. It's okay, Benefit. I'll still like you. Ooh, and it's interesting feeling. So it dries almost like a gel. This doesn't. So it's not hard, but you can feel a little difference. Like it's staying there. So, okay. Well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for supporting the madness, the mayhem on a Monday. So I hope you're all doing well. If you do get COVID tested, just lean back, let it happen. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and I will see y'all next Monday. Have a great day. Bye.